Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley, I'm a lawyer practicing in Malaysia. In the previous episode, we discussed about the types of fundraising that we will be covering in this series. If you're a company seeking to raise funds to fund your operation needs and of course to expand your business, please stay tuned to this series as we will be discussing specifically on fundraising that may be applicable to your needs. In this episode, we will discuss and provide you with an overview of the rather traditional way of expanding your business, which is by the subscription of shares and also investing in the company by closed funds. As a company seeking for investors to participate in order to grow and also expand your business, the company may issue ordinary or preferred shares of the company. Now, let's discuss. Should you issue or subscribe to ordinary or preferred shares of a company? The answer is, it depends on what you need. First, let's talk about ordinary shares. Depending on the shareholding and also the board seats held by the investors may be able to influence the decision making of the company. For investors who are seeking to have an influence on the decision making of a company, this will be the preferred choice. Next, let's talk about preferred shareholders. For preferred shareholders, the investors usually have the objective of making a decent amount of profit, for example, by taking dividends in a short span of a few years. The downside to the preferred shareholders are they do not have any right to participate or even vote in general meeting of the company. They also do not have any control over the decision making of the company. However, the upside to the preferred shareholders are subject to the compliance to the relevant acts and regulations, and also depending on the specific terms of the subscription. The preferred shareholders usually have the right to fix dividend and also the right to convert the shares to ordinary shares of the company. Next, let's talk about structuring the terms. To properly structure the issuance of your shares, I would suggest you to seek advice from a lawyer specialized in this area. As a lawyer, we will be able to provide you with good and comprehensive advice. The lawyer can also help you to draft up subscription and also shareholders agreement to carefully put down all the terms and also protect the rights of the parties. Well, let's recap. As a company seeking to raise funds, you may issue ordinary or preferred shares. The issuance of ordinary shares may result in the dilution of the shareholding of the company, and also depending on the shareholding and board seat held by the investor may be able to influence the decision making of the company. Also, depending on the terms of the subscription, the issuance of the preferred shares, on the other hand, may provide the right for the investors to a fixed dividend and also the right to convert to ordinary shares. However, the investors will not have the decision-making power and do not have the right to participate and also vote in the general meetings of the company. Hope this video is helpful to you. In the next episode, we will be discussing fundraising within unlisted public companies. You may also check out our series of fundraising here. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.